Team PCDKP here. I wanted to show you some side patterns with the Gimmick Puppet deck and also like the main combo that Gaurav and I did during Nationals. Maybe this can help you guys with regionals coming up or with the European WCQ coming up. Maybe this can help some puppet players. So we'll go ahead and get into it. For my side, I played 1 shifter, 3 dogwood, talents, change of heart, feather duster, 2 lightning storm, 3 red geki, and 3 skill drain. So for going first, we would always side in skill drain, and what we would take out for the skill drain would be 3 droplet. So we took out the 3 droplet for 3 skill drain just because it's an amazing card. Another reason skill drain is good is that we're playing an FTK deck, so they need to side in hand traps to stop us, and that means that they're probably not siding in backer removal, which means the skill drain just hits that much harder. So that's why we take out the droplet for the skill drain. Another thing that we had to worry about is dogwood. We did see that in the World Points playoff, people were playing dogwood. We were already playing it. So there's a chance that people would hit us with it. So we will take out an imperm. We played 3 imperm. We'll take out an imperm for dogwood, just because we don't know if people play it or if they're going to draw it. So we always side in dogwood. And then against shifter decks, we would side in shifter and take out another imperm. So we would take out, in this situation, 2 imperms and 3 droplets for the skill drains and the dogwoods and shifter targets for cross out. The next thing is for going second, we sided in 8 cards, and those 8 cards was the talent, change of heart, feather duster, 2 lightning storm, and 3 red geki. So altogether it's 8 cards, and the cards that we would take out was called by, 3 cross out, the set rotation package, the trap, and the second copy of the rank up. The reason why is cross out, we don't really think it's that good going second. Like there's situations like if you play D barrier on your side, you could cross it out, but against established boards, you might stop the D barrier, but you're not going to stop like their board, so you kind of like lose either way in situations like that. So we wanted to play like these board breakers. Called by is actually really good going second against certain decks. Like against Tempai going second, it just destroys seals by itself. So in situations like that, there's other things you'll side out. I can go over that in just a second. Set rotation and the field spell are good against field spell decks going second, but walls specifically, it's kind of like it's a -1, and then with MCD, you know, against established board, it might not resolve. So like you could technically lose like 3 cards. So I mean, it's not the best going second. You'd rather see these board breakers. And same thing with the rank up and the trap. Like the trap is really good to search, but if you're going second against a board, you have the ability to burn and attack for game, so they're probably not gonna get another turn to where you can actually utilize the trap. And 2, once again, you want to see these board breakers. The second rank up is mainly for consistency, so that like you do the combo easier if you don't draw it. It's still nice to see, because if you do get hand trapped and you already have the rank up, you can extend a lot further, especially going second. But once again, like we're playing against established boards, we want to break them and then do our best with our combo. So if you draw this, if you draw the other copy and you're going second and you break the board, you can still win just because you do have a battle phase. If you were to keep any of these cards in, you think about the matchup, and let's say the nib isn't that good, like against Tempai, nib and droll aren't the best. So against those decks, you could keep in the called by and another field spell or just whatever you're thinking. But those are like examples of like other cards you could side out if you're wanting to keep these cards. But the main 8 that we would take out were these for these. So that's a little explanation for the side patterns. Now I'm going to go into the main combo that we did at the event. And the reason I'm going to just show the field spell is field spell is guaranteed 1 card FTK, but the soldiers is a 1 card FTK, but it's not guaranteed. And the reason why is, so we'll just say like you search the soldiers off of the field spell. Soldiers by itself, later in the combo you're going to draw a card, and if you were to draw any puppet monster or terraforming or the field spell, in this situation is if only you have soldiers, or Imcity, or like we still have, I mean we have so many different cards you could draw into, but I'm just gonna try and give an example of the different types of cards. I don't think condolence wouldn't work. So these are like the main types of different cards you could draw. You could draw any puppet monster, you could draw terraforming or the field spell. If you have the walls, Imcity, King's Arc, set rotation, if you draw any of these cards, and like there's multiples to keep in mind, like there's quite a few puppet monsters in your deck. Like altogether, like the odds of FTKing with just soldiers, if they don't have any interruptions, it's still like likely enough. I would still count on it some of the time, but the field spell by itself is FTK all the time. And then obviously there's plenty of 2-card combos, so like if you draw a puppet and another card, like it's just combo anyway, which you can count on a lot more frequently. So anyway, you'll add the soldiers off the field spell, activate effect to send for cost, dumping Rogue Doll, if it's into the grave, except by hand, adds to your hand. You activate Rogue Doll, revealing a rank 8. It's a special itself from hand and an 8 from deck. We'll special the Cattle Scream, overlay with the Cattle Scream into Machinics. Machinics detached to add the rank up. You activate the rank up to summon the big Machinics, activating its effect to get the trap. You activate the Cattle Scream in the grave by detaching from an XE to special summon it, and then you'll overlay those two into your strings. The rank up in the grave activates to add back to hand. Detach the Cattle Scream from strings to put a counter on your Machinics, and then you'll use Machinics effect to special the Cattle Scream to their field, and then you'll activate the rank up to go into the other strings. On summon, Chainlink 1, effect to pop, burn, and draw. Chainlink 2, Machinics special from the grave, and add rank up. So this only destroys monsters with counters, and at the moment the Machinics is the only one with the counter. So this will die, you draw a card, and you'll burn them for the highest attack. So they take 31. On resolution, you'll detach to put a counter on the Cattle Scream. And then here there's a couple ways you can do the combo. You can even play around nib and things like that, but it just depends on like what's in your hand. But if you're just going to do purely the field spell line, then what you'll do is you'll activate the rank up here to summon the other C40 strings, and then you'll activate its effect, and it's going to destroy the Cattle Scream, burn for 2,000, and you draw another card. And then after that, you're going to use the field spell, detach from the first copy of strings to special summon an XZ to their field from your grave. And then you'll detach the new C40 to put a counter on it. Then you link these two away, use its effect to search for a puppet monster. You're gonna search for the baby. This has the ability to special from hand, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna normal summon the baby, effect a special from grave. The C40 destroys the XZ, and then they burn for 3,000, and that's game, and you get to draw a card, but it's already game. So that's the main combo that we were doing at the event. If you guys have any other questions or comments, put it below. And shout out to Gaurav. Him and I worked on this deck together for a couple months leading up to the event, and I got top 64 and got this mat. He should have gotten top 64, but he got a match loss for getting these mixed up on his extra deck. He's supposed to be playing 3 of these, but on his deck list he put 3 of this one, and because of that he lost a match that was important in day 2 that made him go X3. But other than that, he won out, and he even went 5-0 in a regional flight. So the deck's really good. If you're playing at the EU WCQ this weekend, you can reach out to us. We're even in the Puppet Facebook group, so you can just shout us out and we can maybe help you out if you have any questions, if you're trying to do good at the event. Other than that, just comment below and like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.